Right, this is our next plot. It's all brickwork, but it does the same again. It's got a certain height to get to, and then obviously you can see the cavity wall here. The house comes round this corner and then up to there, and then comes right over onto here like this. So it turns into this shaped house, and yeah, I'm just going to find out the height quickly to get it up to underside joist. So because I don't want to we're going to have to come back round again, and probably like on that lift over there we're actually going to have to go round again, but we'll probably get like 8 or 9 courses maybe, and then once the floor's on we'll be jumping in and taking the blockwork right up, and the scaffolders will be taken up for the next lift. So, and we'll have to have a scaffold put inside in here to across there, because obviously the house will then turn to there to here. But yeah, I'm just going to find out the heights, and then we'll get loading it out for the right amount of bricks. Right, so this is plot 2, what we're on now to load out, and this is my height here, 2.7 from block and beam to underside of joist. So it's exactly the same as the other one. So we've got 3 courses of blockwork going on top of what we've already built. So that tells me how much we need to load out. So here's what I've done with this plot we've just finished. Made a batten up. I took 225 off of the batten to put it in from damp, but it still adds up to 2.7 from block and beam to the top. But what I've done was I nailed this one on this section. I put my laser level on the top of the batten and then transferred the level round on the scaffold tubes. So it's sort of like a datum to go to, as if you was in like a footing or something. You sort of put your level on the batten and level across onto your blockwork, level down, see what you got to do. Yeah, but that's how I transferred my levels round. So we've got to do it on the fucking raining. So it's not like torrential, but it's not wherever you'd want to lay in. So it's probably good that we're loading out, to be honest. It's 9 o'clock. We've literally loaded out. We've been covering up as we've been going. It's a shit weather every day, so we're all done through the back pretty much. We're gonna get some more bricks up. Oh, Harry, you're top forklift driver, aren't you, mate? Yeah, come on then, let's get a pack of bricks up, mate. Top driver. Top driver, boy. Don't sound too healthy, did it? thing, isn't it? We're just using out all the open packs first before we get any more fresh ones up. Probably sounds ridiculous to like a non-bricklayer or non-hod carrier, but how you load out really can massively affect how much you earn. If it's not done right, if things are made awkward, it's just things like especially with Flemish bond, it's just very awkward, pain in the arse. But it's just little things like when Tom went round and loaded out the first one, because he was used to loading out for just stretcher bond, he loaded out stretchers, blocks, and then realised after that he had no room for the halves. So we have to make sure that we've got enough room for stretchers and halves. And plus as well, it's little things like overloading or underloading. If you overload the plot, you've wasted money paying someone to load it out. They've spent extra time on it than they should have done. And then also, if you underload it, what then happens as well is, okay, you haven't overloaded it, but then you get hod carriers coming around getting in the bricklayer's way, so then they start losing money because you're all moving out of each other's way trying to add more stuff. So it really does benefit when you load a plot out properly. And believe me, most people get cheap labourers in. I always earn better when I load out with everyone, because it just makes things a lot easier for everyone, because I do the thinking. But there is a knack to it. It's not as easy as people think. I know it's where you place things, where the muck boards are going to go to where the bricks are going to go, because when you twist and you turn, you don't want the board on your right to be on the left, and it's just, there's a lot of little things that can add up to building a plot a lot quicker just from loading out. Raining hard, Thomas. Raining! Fucking come on! Let's get out of here! That's too hard even for me. I'm not that much of a slave driver. If I won't work in it, I don't expect no one else to. Alright, never mind. Well, I think that's the first day we've lost through weather out of 30 days, which by all accounts is quite impressive this time of year. But to be honest, what I've found is over the years, the colder season is progressively moving further into the next year. It's more like, I think, February time you get the real cold weather. But I would have liked to have got the lift loaded. It probably took us another couple of hours to get the lift loaded. And then what I would have done I'd have gone round and got all the lintels ready at the windows, and then I'd have got my laser level out and put the heights round all the scaffold, and that would have been me pretty much ready for that lift. But you know, is what it is. One good thing about coming home early on a Friday is I get to see my daughter a lot earlier. So I mean 2-3 years ago, I was very work orientated. I'd get home very late, even for a bricklayer anyway. You know, getting home at 5:30, 6 for a bricklayer is very late, even on a Friday. But you know, I earned very well being like that. But life isn't always about money. You've got to learn to live as well. There's no point in having money if you're spending all your time at work. But what I've found with how I go about building what I'm building, it varies depending on gang size, how good the site is. For instance, if you've got a really good forklift driver and you've got a gang of 6 or 7 of you, and you can go up on a lift and get lift after lift after lift, it massively pays for everyone just to bump the lift out. And you know, because I've found through the years that I earn best when we load out together, we build together, we work as a team, more of a unit. Everyone's morale is kept a bit higher. That's what I've found for me personally. You know, but some sites don't allow it. Some sites you've got to send someone out loading out in front because, you know, your hog carrier will be lucky to get 4 or 5 lifts some days, you know what I mean? And if you've got 6 of you up on a lift waiting for that, then it really does not benefit you whatsoever. So being able to like, if you're a price work ganger, dependent, like, you need to learn, you know, there's better ways of doing things for certain situations, and you need to be able to decide very quickly and change your mind to adapt to the situation that you're put in. So there's no right or wrong way of how you go about building a plot. It really does depend on your judgment on what's happening there and then. You know, I used to like leaving loading out until, you know, a rainy day, and I used to be a tyrant for working in the rain because I'd always try and leave loading out until there's a time where I can't lay. I'd always try and leave the tidying up rooms and that for rainy days. You know, there's loads of different ways of going about building and everything like that. But right, it is 10 o'clock. I'm home. I'm going to go upstairs, have a shower, message to see if I can get my little girl nice and early and spend the day with her. Sit down, will ya? Sit down. Right, well, we've got the gruesome twosome. Huh? What adventures shall we go on this weekend? Huh? What should we do? Her favourite place is Tesco's. Tesco's? Yeah? Yeah? Do you miss Daddy? Huh? Sit down, you. You're a fucking nightmare, you are. Calm down. This is Hector. Anyone that's never met Hector before in my old videos, I have him every weekend. Like, I have my daughter every weekend. Good boy. Right, you get caught off. Alright, you go. Go on then. Eager beaver, isn't he? He's an eager beaver, isn't he? Just wait. What have you been up to then? Huh? What have you been up to? Did you go nursery? Hey? Alright, Mrs. Chatterbox. Give us a smile then. Give us a smile. A smile. I have her every weekend. Friday to Sunday. Bar the odd weekend. Yeah, run. Run. Just put a smile on my face. Take the boys for a walk in the morning. It's like my my little thing I like doing. Go for a walk about 6 in the morning over the woods. Right, come on then, let's go.